Hey guys, and welcome back to another DIY video. Today we're going to be making friendship bracelets inspired by the movie Wish Dragon on Netflix. We'll be making a matching set that you can rock with your bestie and also a Long the Dragon inspired bracelet, and I'm just so excited to show you guys, so let's just gather all our supplies and get started. All you'll need are embroidery floss, definitely these variations on pink and purple and some other colors of your choice. You'll also need tape, scissors, letter beads, and also a button. We're first going to get started with a matching set. For this, just choose any two colors of your choice and cut 48 inches from both. Then take both strings and fold them in half. Grab all 4 threads and tie a knot at the top to create a small loop. Separate your threads into 3 parts. I recommend keeping the same color threads together to create one group and then separating the other 2 for the second and third group. Once you have your groups ready, go ahead and braid 1 to 2 inches. This is what will make the bracelet adjustable. And I'll just provide a quick diagram here to pause on for those who aren't quite comfortable with braiding yet. Once you're done braiding, go ahead and tie a knot to finish it off. First, separate your threads into 2 groups by color. Starting with the left threads, you're going to bring your left threads over the right thread to create a 4. Then you're going to tuck it under the right thread and pull it through. Once you have your knot, adjust it and pull it all the way to the top. Next, you're going to do the same thing on the right side. So take your right thread and bring it over the left thread to create a backwards 4. Tuck the left thread underneath the right and pull it through. Once again, you're going to bring it all the way to the top, and you're just going to rinse and repeat all the steps until you're close enough to the middle. Once again, left over the right, under the right, and pull through. Repeat on the other side with right over the left, under, and then pull through. Once you're close enough to the middle, this is where you'll start adding in your beads. For me, this is about 1.5 to 2 inches of knots. For this bracelet set, we're going to be doing the words friends and forever, and I'm just going to get started off by separating the threads so that there are 2 in the middle. You're going to be taking these 2 middle threads to slip the bead through. You can attach a needle to the end of the threads, but I'm just going to be using a little bit of water, and that helps as well. Once you have slipped the bead through, take the loose thread on the right, bring it under the middle thread to create a backwards 4. Then pull it over the middle threads and pull through. Then do the same thing on the other side. So take the left thread, bring it under the middle threads, over the middle threads, and pull through. And just keep repeating these steps until all the beads are placed onto the bracelet. The heart of Wish Dragon is really all in the friendship between Din and Li Na. As kids, they were inseparable, even Pinky promising to stay friends forever. And throughout the movie, Din shows time and time again everything he's willing to do to keep that friendship. Honestly, had Din and Li Na made cool bracelets like these to symbolize their friends forever promise, the conflict in the story would have been solved real quick. Just saying. Once all the beads are placed on, separate the strings back into their color groups and continue the bracelet like we did in the beginning. So just a quick reminder, bring the right thread over the left, bring it under the left, and pull through. You're going to continue this until the bracelet is long enough. And once it is, go ahead and tie a knot at the very end and then braid another 1 to 2 inch braid. Secure the braid at the bottom with a double knot and cut off any excess string. Now it's time to make the adjustable closure. Fold the braided part so that they overlap. I would suggest grabbing some tape to make things a little easier. Next, grab some extra string and cut it to be 6 to 8 inches. You're going to slide it under the braids to the middle of the string. Take the left thread and bring it over the middle threads to create a 4. Then fold the right thread over the left and tuck it underneath the middle threads. Pull the ends up to the top and repeat this by starting with the other side. Take the right thread over the braid to create a backwards 4. Then take the left thread, bring it over the right, tuck it underneath the braid and pull both ends and bring it to the top. Repeat these steps for about 5 or 6 more knots and you're done. And now you have yourself an adjustable friendship bracelet. Just repeat all these steps with whatever colors you want and then you have yourself another bracelet to this set. Here's the one I made and oh my god, it's so cute and it's even cuter when you rock it with your best friend. The next bracelet we're going to make will be a 4-colored stripe bracelet inspired by Long the Dragon. For this bracelet, I chose purple, hot pink, light pink, and magenta to emulate the colors on Long. Take your threads and cut 72 inches from each. Then take all 4 threads and fold them in half. Then tie a knot at the top to create a small loop. And just like with our first bracelet, we're going to secure the bracelet onto the table with some tape and separate all of our strings. For this bracelet, we're going to be making rows of knots from left to right. So we're going to be starting off by taking the leftmost thread and bringing it over the thread to its right to create a 4. Bring the left thread underneath the right, through the loop, and pull it all the way to the top. And then you're just going to do this once more to create a second knot. So take the left over the right to create a 4, bring it under, pull it through, and all the way to the top. Repeat these steps all the way to the right using the first thread that we picked up. After you've made it all the way to the right, just repeat with the leftmost strand to start a new row. As you can see, all we're doing is just making rows of knots to create a pretty stripe pattern. And if I might say so myself, Long has a great color palette, so this bracelet is bound to be super cute. I definitely recommend grabbing a friend to create matching Long inspired bracelets as well. You guys could change up the order of the colors or even use different hues of the same color to get different but still matching bracelets. While you're making bracelets, just go ahead and pop on Wish Dragon in the background, grab some snacks, and it sounds like a great time to me. Once your bracelet is long enough, just use all the threads to knot off the end. To create the button closure, grab a button and take any 2 strings from the ends. Slip the strings through the holes in the button and tie knots to secure it. I tied about 2. I much prefer the button closure instead of just tying off the bracelet, since this way you don't have to cut off the bracelet every time you want to take it off. Now, just cut off all the extra string and you got yourself a bracelet. These bracelets look super cute stacked on top of each other and are just such a great way to symbolize your friendship with your best friend. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and thank you guys so much for watching.